Back in the days when the internet was starting to evolve, no one would have guessed that some things would later be considered among the firsts. It can be a post, a picture, a video, practically anything that was then considered a novelty on the web. In this video, you can see these firsts in reverse chronological order, starting with the most recent first and ending with the earliest first, but without claiming to be exhaustive. So let's see what were the firsts of the internet. First picture on Instagram, the 16th of July 2010. Instagram co-founder Kevin Systrom took this photo of his adorable puppy at a taco stand in Todos Santos, Mexico, and uploaded it to Instagram on the 16th of July 2010. However, the platform debuted just 3 months after this photo was taken, on the 6th of October 2010, making it the world's first Instagram post with Kevin's caption, "Test." The first article on BuzzFeed, the 1st of November 2006. According to BuzzFeed editorial director Jack Shepard, the very first article on the portal was a short piece about a super cute PSP video game called Loco Roco. According to an editor's note that was subsequently added to the bottom of the article, their first post is hardly reflective of where they are now, but as it is reminiscent of BuzzFeed's early history, it is left up on the site. The first tweet of the internet, the 21st of March 2006. On the 21st of March 2006, Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey typed 24 characters out of the 140-character limit to create the world's first tweet. 10 years later, Twitter has grown to become one of the most important forms of communication with over 300 million users. The text he typed is, "Just setting up my Twitter." The first YouTube video, the 23rd of April 2005. The video, "Me at the Zoo," was uploaded to YouTube on the 23rd of April 2005 by the co-founder of the site, Jawed Karim, a little over 2 months after the platform was launched. At the time, no one would have imagined that YouTube would grow to become the largest and most influential video sharing platform in the world. Nowadays, YouTube has over 2 billion users and has fundamentally changed the way we consume media. The first Facebook profile, the 4th of February 2004. Well, can you guess who had the world's first Facebook profile? Yes, indeed. Of course, it was everyone's favorite, Mark Zuckerberg, who founded the world's most famous social networking site with a few Harvard classmates on the 4th of February 2004. Zuckerberg has a Facebook profile with the ID 4, the reason being that the first 3 profiles were only a test, and these accounts no longer exist. The earliest surviving Wikipedia edit, the 16th of January 2001. Wikipedia was founded on the 15th of January 2001. According to the wikis, Wikipedia's oldest dictionaries, when the site moved from Phase 1 to Phase 2 software, it inadvertently lost its early history. Remarkably, in 2010, the Wikimedia Foundation discovered a cache of this missing data set, and among them they discovered the earliest surviving Wikipedia edit, dated to the 16th of January 2001. The first live journal post, the 15th of April 1999. LiveJournal, now a Russian-owned company, was also rightly one of the first to be included. Brad Fitzpatrick, an American programmer, started LiveJournal on the 15th of April 1999, almost 5 years before Facebook was founded, to keep his high school friends informed about his activities. Like many first posts on the internet, it starts with a few simple words. "This is a test." And LiveJournal has paved the way for us on the initially bumpy roads of social media, reminding us that sometimes it's hard to know in advance when we will become pioneers on the internet. I'll continue with a presentation of the significant milestones in the development of the internet in a moment, but first I ask you to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you very much. The first product sold on Amazon, the 3rd of April, 1995. On April 3, 1995, an unsuspecting user named John Wainwright purchased a copy of Hofstadter's book, Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies, from a new online bookstore called Amazon. Little did Wainwright know that he was the first customer of a company that would later essentially reform the way people bought products. The first product sold on eBay, autumn 1995. In 1995, eBay quickly joined the ranks of the firsts, although at the time the company was still called AuctionWeb. To try out their new website, the owners put up a broken laser pointer for sale. Much to their surprise, the laser pointer was quickly bought by someone for $14.83. The owners were surprised when they asked the buyer if he knew the laser pointer was broken. When the buyer replied, "I'm a collector of broken laser pointers," they knew something big was going on. The first MP3 music, 1995. Although not specifically related to the internet, I feel it has a place among the firsts. German sound engineer Karl-Heinz Brandenburg is the creator of the first ever MP3 format, which he developed as part of his PhD thesis in 1995 as a new sound compression system. MP3 stands for MPEG Layer 3, and MPEG stands for Moving Picture Experts Group. So, what was the first song Brandenburg compressed into MP3? Well, it was Suzanne Vega's world-famous song Tom's Diner, which he chose because he thought it would be a huge task to compress it while preserving the warm tone of the vocals. With your permission, I won't play excerpts from the music due to copyright issues, but look for it. The first digitally downloadable song, 1994. In 1994, as a conscious marketing move, Geffen Records decided that Aerosmith's Head First would be available exclusively via download as the world's first digitally downloadable music. Of course, this being 1994, the speed of the internet connection was incredibly slow, and the MP3 format had to wait a good year, so it took users 60-90 minutes to download the WAV file and finally listen to the less than 5-minute recording. The first advertising banner spamming a website, the 27th of October, 1994. I think every new internet user is familiar from one of their first days with annoying pop-ups, banners, and other intrusive ads that have no purpose other than to get you to click on them. But these ads, hated by everyone, had to start somewhere. On October 27, 1994, the website Wired.com, then known as Hotwired, ran an AT&T ad with a few simple words. Have you ever clicked your mouse here? You will. Was it with this ad that the term clickbait was also born? The first instant chat message, 1993. Nowadays, we take it for granted that if you text someone in any chat application, they will receive your message instantly, but in the heyday of the internet, it was also a groundbreaking innovation. Although many people had never heard of AOL Instant Messenger, by the late 1990s, after its official release in May 1997, the software was already hugely popular. Many people still have fond memories of the distinctive sound of friends logging in and out. However, AOL was initially a closed system, so the first chat message ever sent on the platform was sent by Ted Leonsis to his wife in 1993. "Don't be scared. It's me. I love you and miss you." Leonsis later became vice president of AOL. The first photo uploaded to the internet, 1992. Taking the network originally designed for military and professional purposes further, in 1992, CERN researchers Tim Berners-Lee and Robert Cailliau, computer scientists, worked on developing a small project called the World Wide Web. When Berners-Lee approached the rock band, Les Horribles Cernets to contribute to his project, no one had any idea that their photo would be the first picture of the world ever uploaded to the World Wide Web. The first website on the Internet, 1991. Tim Berners-Lee is credited with not only the world's first photo uploaded to the Internet, but also the world's first website. Well, in 1991, Berners-Lee thought it would be useful to have a central place where new users could learn how to use the web in the first place. And so the world's first website was born, the first line of which had to explain what it was all about. The World Wide Web, W3, is a wide-area hypermedia information retrieval initiative aiming to give universal access to a large universe of documents. Everything there is online about W3 is linked directly or indirectly to this document, including an executive summary of the project, mailing lists, policy, November's W3 news, frequently asked questions. Just between us, I think this is when the term FAQ was coined. The first webcam stream, 1991. Coffee is essential fuel for any IT professional. That's why, in 1991, researchers at the University of Cambridge were in despair when they had to work on a different floor from the building's coffee machine, often wasting time walking up and down the stairs to find an empty coffee pot. This problem was solved by developing a simple program to capture images, connecting a camera to it, and a client program to display a small thumbnail image of the coffee machine in real time. So they not only could keep a constant eye on the coffee, they had unwittingly invented the world's first webcam. The first internet search engine, 1990. 8 years before Google was founded, in 1990, Alan Emtage, a student at McGill University in Montreal, developed the Internet's first search engine, known as Archie. Work on the search engine ceased in the late 1990s, but the website is still up and running today, thanks to the Interdisciplinary Center for Mathematics and Computer Modeling at the University of Warsaw, although unfortunately it was not available while this video was being made. The first GIF image, 1987. Although you can still find more and more cheesy animated GIFs on outdated websites, this image format was quite popular and widespread back then. All the more so because there was simply no other way to display moving images in early browsers. Who doesn't remember this disgusting dancing baby, which is perhaps one of the most famous GIFs to this day? The first image in this format was created by CompuServe developers in 1987, but no one knows exactly what it depicted. But according to CompuServe's former technical director, it was probably an image of an airplane. The alleged GIF is on the web, but I think it may just be an image created on the basis of the given informations. What we do know for sure, however, is that one of the first GIFs was this monochrome flickering window made by Russian internet artist Olia Lialina in 1997. The first registered .com domain, 1985. 37 years ago, in 1985, a Massachusetts computer company called Symbolics registered the symbolics.com domain. Although the company has since gone out of business, the site still operates as the world's first and oldest registered .com on the Internet. The first documented use of emoticons, the 19th of September, 1982. Emotes, emojis, emoticons are now an integral part of computer communications, conversations, and messaging, but it had to start sometime. The first time someone suggested using a series of characters as facial expressions was on September 19, 1982, by a computer scientist named Scott Fahlman, who wrote the following in an early email. I propose that the following character sequence for joke markers, smiling face, read it sideways. Actually, it is probably more economical to mark things that are not jokes, given current trends. For this, use sad face. I think I can speak for many of us. Thank you, Scott. The first MMORPG game, 1978. While World of Warcraft may be considered the uncrowned king of the MMORPG genre, it was preceded by many other similar games. The oldest of these was the Multi-User Dungeon, also known as MUD 1, which was the oldest virtual world in existence. The game was created in 1978 by Roy Trubshaw and Richard Bartle at the University of Essex. The game features text-based gameplay that invites players into a magical world of wizards, treasures, and adventures. Believe it or not, this 44-year-old legend is still playable today. The first spam, 1978. After sending the world's first emails, which you'll hear about next, we've reached another internet milestone, the first spam. Back then, in 1978, the ARPANET, considered to be the forerunner of the internet, had only a few hundred users, all of whom had the honor of receiving the world's first spam. This unsolicited invitation invited recipients to a technical lecture in Southern California. Back then, email itself was a rarity and unique, and nowadays perhaps not a day goes by without at least one spam, preferably one that is immediately deleted, in our virtual inbox. The first email sent, 1971. We have now reached the oldest event on the internet, which happened more than 50 years ago, in 1971. Programmer and scientist Raymond Samuel Tomlinson is considered a true pioneer in the world of the internet, as he was the first person to send an email from one machine to another, as a test to himself on the ARPANET system, considered the forerunner of the World Wide Web. His use of the @ symbol in the email address was perfectly logical, since the worm symbol is pronounced @ in English, indicating the server from which the person was corresponding, Tomlinson recalls. The test messages were entirely forgettable. Most likely the first message was QWERTY or something similar. Little did he know then and there that he had just made history by sending the world's first email, and that he would later be credited with the @ symbol. I hope you found this compilation interesting, and that I have managed to give you a sense of the great changes that have taken place in one of the greatest inventions of mankind, the internet. If I have missed anything, please write it down in the comments, as a kind of supplement. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like the video if you liked it. Thanks for your attention. See you in next video.